Some things are for overall the good of the football club. Whatever you think of Jose Mourinho, nobody will deny that he builds good sides. Has got a common sense, pragmatic nous for sniffing at what he needs and getting exactly that. Wherever has been, that approach has brought him success. You also can't argue with the fact has never completed a fourth season with any of the clubs has managed. You can't ignore the caliber of player has overlooked either. He sold Kevin De Bruyne and Juan Mata, two men would go on to be key players for Chelsea's rivals, and he let Romelu Lukaku go too in such a disastrous move that the same club couldn't even buy back the obvious prospect they had on their books for a crazy fortune of money. Whatever Mourinho thinks he needs in the short term for just a portion of the club his prized 11, it's not in the best interests of the organization. It's not in the best interests of Manchester United, or their long-term future, or even their future in 3 years' time. Newton's having a go at Lukaku. The man is scoring shitloads of goals and he might as well be laughing, whilst Hess doing it, they're coming that easily to him. He was a good signing and Matic was inspired too, and Mourinho hasn't suddenly become an idiot, but if he thinks he doesn't need Harry Kane in his team, it shouldn't matter. This goes beyond Mourinho's idea for playing six at the back to see out a game against Southampton. Harry Kane isn't long turning 24 and he already looks like the finished article. He looks that way because there doesn't seem to be any other possible facet of his game that he needs to work on. Has got it all. Where once Kane's biggest weakness might have been that nobody knew what his strength was, it's become apparent that has just class at everything. And all those things are only going to get better and more polished and deadlier. He might not want to leave Spurs, he might have absolutely zero interest in Manchester United, but such is the cruel business nature of football nowadays that the English striker might give it another few years with his local club before he accepts that his chances of glory and success and progression lie away from White Hart Lane. When that time comes, it shouldn't be left for Mourinho to decide if he needs him or not. For one, of course they need him. Who doesn't? He could play up front with Lukaku, if you are that married to the idea of the Belgian. After that, it should be a priority that no other club reaps the rewards of Kane. But, more importantly, someone has to acknowledge that the most likely scenario is that Mourinho won't be at United when Harry Kane is only starting to come into his peak. They can't be missing out on one of football's most sought-after talents because a defensive manager had a different idea for a certain time. It's not about next year or the year after that, it's about the next decade, and about the legacy that someone like him leaves at a club like United. It's about everything that will happen long after Mourinho has fallen out with everyone at Old Trafford.